Hello everyone, welcome back to the Pixel Files. So today we're going to be looking at the game Thrust on the Commodore 64. I had the original of this back in the day, I'm happy to say, so I'm not going to be talking about pirating in this video. And yeah, it's a lovely game, and it has music by the composer Rob Hubbard, which if you like your Commodore 64, you'll know very well who Rob Hubbard is. He was a fantastic composer of music for the Commodore 64 back in the day. So I got it playing in the background, but with me talking over it, you're not going to really hear it very well. But it's very impressive. There were certainly times that I would load this game up back in the 80s just to play the music, just to sit and listen to the soundtrack. And as with a lot of games of that period, this one is also fiendishly difficult. You play a little ship, and the idea is that you're fighting gravity, and you have to pick up a little orb and fly out of the level with it to complete the level. You can't use a joystick on this game. It's one of the few games that I remember on the 64 that you had to use the keyboard, which is what I'm going to do now. So I'll give it a go, and we'll see how we get on. So this is the first level. There's a little green turret there that fires bullets that I can shoot if I want to, so we'll just try and get that. And then there's a little fuel dump there, which I'm not going to bother with for this first level. I'm just going to pick up the orb, and then when I've got it tethered to my ship, I just fly up until I warp out of the level. And there we go, that's the first level done. Nice and easy, but it'll soon get a lot harder. So if you've played games like Lunar Lander, you'll be familiar with the kind of gravity pull that this game has. It is very difficult, but it's rewarding if you get good at it. So we've got two turrets here. Let me try and just blast them on either side just to try and make the level a bit easier. Oh, you see, he shot me. There are a few things about this game that make it a little bit more forgiving. One is that it rewards you with extra lives fairly frequently, I seem to remember. So you start the game with 3 lives. I've already lost 1, but hopefully I'll get another life based on my score pretty soon. And the second favourable thing with this game is the checkpoint when you die. It's very good at warping you back at a certain point in the stage where you died, so you don't have to start right at the beginning again, and that's really useful. Not many games did that back in the day. So I'm just trying to pick up this fuel here, because as you'll see, as I'm thrusting up to fight gravity, my fuel in the top left is slowly ticking away. I nearly got hit again by a bullet there. So if I can just... I've just shot 2 of the fuel containers there, but there's still 1 to pick up. And it just pays to be very delicate with the controls with this game. And it does require a lot of practice, and I haven't played this for many years. So I'm not expecting to do very well on this video, but we'll see. Okay, so hopefully, as I remember, the orb should just be down here. There's another turret. So already even... you see, that was my fault. I didn't thrust. Well, you'll see it's spawned me back in pretty much where I died, which is really useful. I really like that about this game. And I must have got an extra life as well, because I'm back down to 2 again. So at some point it did award me an extra life. Maybe it gives you an extra life at the start of each level. I'll see what happens if we can get past this one without dying again. Really difficult. How you have to navigate up through these dog legs with this orb, because the orb has weight. It's brilliantly programmed. So the orb is like pulling me down. So not only am I fighting normal gravity, but your whole weight changes once you've got this orb tethered to your ship. So the trick here is to try and swing the orb to allow you to get through these narrow passageways. And you're constantly counteracting that swing as you fly. There we go. Right, so I'll just thrust up into the sky. And that's the end of level 2. Okay, and this is the start of level 3. Let's see how we get on with this. I don't know how many levels there are in this game in total. Oh, damn it. Right, I'm on my last life. Certainly a lot more gun turrets on this level already. I'll just try and navigate that. No! Oh, damn. Right, okay, let's treat that as a dry run, and we will have another go. I'm not going to give up that easily. So let's have one more go. Right, compose yourself, Roger. Right, here we go again. This time I'm going to get the fuel first, and then try and take that turret out. There we go. And get the orb. You have to be quite close to it for the tether to appear. There we are. And then thrust out of the level. Okay. So, yes, this was also available on the BBC Micro. And I've looked at gameplay footage of the BBC Micro version. And it's really nice. It's really nicely done. And in some ways, it looked quite a bit better than the Commodore 64 version. I can't quite explain why, but it just had a nicer feel to it. But the 64 version is the version that I had. I would have loved a BBC Micro back in the day when I was a teenager, but alas, they were very expensive devices. And my parents just couldn't afford it, bless them. There were 4 of us. I had 3 siblings. So they did the best with what they had. Right, let's go down here. Let's see if we can do this level without losing a life, he says, which I'm sure won't happen. Try and get this one on the left first. That's it. Can I shoot this one without destroying any of the fuel containers? Yes, I can. So let's pick up some of these. Oh. Come on, that's it. Shall I get the other one or just leave it? Oh, I'll leave it. Let's just go and get the orb. Oh, there's another fuel container there anyway. I don't know if there is any intelligence with those gun turrets, if they just fire in random directions, or whether they can actually aim for you. I've been killed by them a few times, but I think it's just because I've drifted into the path of the bullet. So there's the brilliant checkpoint system in play again. So it's walked me back pretty much near where I died, which is really useful. Okay, so let's get this orb and let's see if I can fly it back up through this tunnel without losing a life. So I've got to try and swing it in one direction. Oh no! Oh, I could see that I was going to hit that wall. I just didn't react quick enough. Again, fiendishly difficult game, but it does have that one more go factor, which is very much in its benefit. And the other thing I should mention, this was a cheap game. I think this was released for about £1.99, I want to say, £1.99. So it was affordable if you saved your pocket money back in the 1980s. And I think for its price, it was a real top-notch game. It doesn't feel cheap. It seems like a really well-programmed bit of software. So here we are. We're back on level 3. Can I get this level completed by the end of this video? No, oh God. If that's anything to go by, no, I can't. So, right, last life. Let's just try and go for it. No, that's it. I'm dead. So, there we go. Thrust on the Commodore 64. Played after many decades. And I was shite. I only managed to get to level 3. But it's a great game, and I will add it onto my list of 8-bit games that I will definitely be revisiting and trying again at some point in the future. So thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.